How many people out there today are actually struggling here in America? I mean, those that are watching this video right now, I know some people are probably watching this from afar, other countries, but there's a lot going on right here at our home base, okay? Government shutdowns, people being furloughed from their jobs, mass corporation layoffs across America. People are struggling right now, and a lot of individuals are smart. You guys are smart and should know that if you put your mind to use, all right, and find an outlet or an avenue, just don't sit on the couch just thinking that something's going to, magically, happen overnight. You've got to keep your mind active. You got to find something that you can turn into whatever that grief may be, or whatever that bad situation is. Turn it into a good situation. Yes, I know it may be hard to think past the bad things that are going on right now, but allow your mind to stay driven. Allow your mind to stay fluid to where, and positive, to where you can turn something into a good situation. That's where these times we're living in right now, these are where millionaires come about. These are where people become wealthy, because they take something that, let's say, for example, you maybe been laid off from your job, right? And you may be saying, well, I'm losing, I'm not having income coming in. But this could be the time right now that you could turn, because you have time to turn it into a good situation. And trading could be an outlet for a lot of you individuals that are very brilliant, that are very smart, that are very passionate about trying to find a way to where you can start a business for yourself. But maybe you've always told yourself, I want to spend time, more with my family. I want to spend time more with doing the things in life that I love to do. This is an opportunity. Day trading the future markets is a great opportunity for any American person watching this today, or even people who live, afar in other countries. This is a great opportunity in which you can pay your bills and have, more money than you can ever dream of, to be able to put away for further, for better things, in savings and taking vacations, and just being able to retire early if you choose to, okay? Or paying off debt when you want to pay it off. That's what I'm going to show you today, is not the mathematical part of things, but a strategy or a system, just a simple chart setup that can allow you to make money if you spend time on the charts, back testing and forward testing and stuff. The strategy works. Okay, we have people that trade the same thing or same way over on the Discord community. A lot of them are either trading with their own funds. A lot of them are trading with prop firm companies or organizations, becoming funded that way. Nothing wrong with that. If you are a prop firm trader, listen, at some point, I've said this before, take a percent of that and start your own brokerage account. And, you can mix it up. You can trade prop firm one day, continue doing that, growing, the account that way, and also trading your own personal funding, your own personal account. And I believe you probably could trade the two together. I hear that, a lot of people are using these certain programs that allows them to trade multiple accounts at one time. Okay, so possibility there. But look, first and foremost, when it comes to trading, I always say this: figure out what you see on front of your charts. Seeing is believing. That means whatever you see going on your charts, trade in that direction, because the market can only move in 3 different directions: up, down, and sideways. And the range stuff, try to stay out of. If I could give you the biggest piece of advice, is wait for something like a major point of structure being taken out, or it's not minor, but a major low or major high. So if the market is bullish to the upside and we're breaking structure, meaning as long as we're bullish, look for major structure points where the market is continuously breaking structure to the upside. Like right here, we got a massive shift to the upside, and the market was bullish, very bullish, making higher highs and higher lows. But then we get a sell-off right here, okay? What was this? This was like 325. Let's see. That was almost 300 points right there on a sell-off to the downside right here before it pushed back up and broke structure to the upside. That's a major high. That's a major low right there on the higher charts, okay? So look and use your higher charts to allow them to give you the overall direction, let you know what the overall direction the market is going to be, okay? I'm telling you this because this is a great opportunity in trading or day trading to learn how to do something to where you can start to pay your bills and have so much money extra put away. All right. I'm not saying you become rich overnight, become wealthy, but you can slowly build an account up to where you put yourself in a position to where you become profitable consistently. And then, you can start to basically build an account up trading, and then, take or withdraw X amount of money to be able to secure and pay your bills, and then do whatever you choose to do with the rest, but I would invest it or put it in savings in some kind of way, high yield savings, or, invest into annuities or stocks, whatever it may be that you may have interest in. Have a diversified portfolio, but I'm not going to go into detail about that. But what I'm trying to tell you is now, if the market is very bullish to the upside here, look for opportunities to take trades going to the upside. That's what the strategy entails. It's just basically using your higher chart to figure out what is the market doing first and foremost. If we're bullish to the upside, then wait for the market to either take out a major high or a major low. This is a major high right here, okay? We got all this bullish activity to the upside. The market dips back, so we're in between a major low and a major high. Why is this a major low? Because we came down and we started breaking structure, coming down, lows, lower highs, lows, lower highs, and making lows here. So we got a low right here, right? So what I like to do is I like to mark off my major points, a major high and a major low right here, right? If the market comes down and breaks the major low, then I can look for opportunities to go basically short. So basically what I'm trying to say is that we got a major point here, a major point here. We've got a run to the upside. The market then starts making moves like this to the downside, as you can see right here, right? So we got pullbacks, it comes down. Now it's created lower lows coming to the downside. Now we're in between two things, a major high, major low. Either wait for it to make a low here and then start to make higher highs and higher lows back to the upside, okay? Let's say it does that. And then it comes down and breaks this low here, taking out a major low. Then wait for a pullback to go short, okay? All right, or wait if it takes out this high up here. So let's erase this right quick. If it takes out this high on the run to the upside, then simply wait for the market to pull back to a major, to an area of demand in this case here, because this would have broken the area structure right there. So we got a major high being broken. That's exactly what it did right here when it came back to this area right here of demand right here. Aggressive buying, that's what demand is. And it's high probability. Wait for it to pull back to a key area where it broke structure at. And once it breaks that area structure, pulls back to this demand area, look for an opportunity to go long. Now, I don't go long for my higher chart, but everything starts with the higher chart. Getting the direction correct. Marking off the charts. Where's my major highs? Where's my major lows? I tell people, those that are struggling with trying to figure out which way to trade, because what they'll do is you have a major run to the upside, for example here, or a bullish run. The market pulls back. Then it creates a low here. What I would like to prefer the market to do is see if it's going to take out that major high, because we're already bullish to the upside. So again, wait for a major structure point to be broken, okay? Because all this in between, like this right here, these are minor lows. That's a minor low, right? I'm not minor low. I'm sorry, guys. Minor structure. These are minor structure points, okay? We're bullish to the upside. This pullback is creating minor structure points, or minor swings, okay? Swing levels. And then it starts to make highs, higher lows, highs, higher lows. These are minor structure points as well, okay? This is a major structure point. This is a major structure point. Wait for it to take out the extreme high or extreme low and look for a pullback to an area of demand or supply. If it's breaking lower, then look for an area of supply. If it's breaking higher, look for demand pullback to an area of demand, and then look for it to go long off of. What I'll do is, once I've marked off where my major high and major low is, and if it breaks structure to the upside, I'm looking for that demand area to mark off on my higher range chart, and then wait for it to pull back to that zone. But in the meantime, I'm scaling down to my lower chart, okay? Lower range for me, because I trade range bar charts, okay? When the market, as it's retracing back to that zone, then all I'll do then is just move down to the lower range chart and find an opportunity. Maybe it's on the inside of this demand area right here. Meaning, maybe when it gets in this area right here, there's a demand setup that kicks off or starts, okay, to where I can look for an opportunity to go long, okay? So either there's an area of demand resting on the inside of this higher range demand zone that where the market was broken above structure right here. I'll scale down to my lower range chart, my 24 range, if I'm trading the NASDAQ, okay? And I'll look for a demand setup to take the trade going back to the upside, because we are bullish overall on the higher range. I'm looking for a demand setup. I got marked off on the higher range. It retraces back to the higher range demand zone. Scale down to a lower chart. Look for a demand setup to take the trade in the direction with the higher range, because it's already bullish to the upside, because we just broke that area structure. Inverse of, if we had broken this to the downside, then again, I would have looked for, like I said, it makes this and comes down here. A pullback to some area of supply, okay? Maybe the supply zone's right here. All right, so some area of supply to continue going short. But I would mark the zone off on my higher range chart, scale down to a lower range chart to look for an opportunity to trade going back short, because now we're moving bearish to the downside, okay? So you've got to, as I tell people, the market likes to move in waves, higher highs, higher lows. dips back, lower lows and lower highs, creating low. Then it starts to move back to the upside right here. Yeah, this could be a high point. These could be highs right here. And then it's like, okay, now I'm in between this major high, this major low. We got a high right here. Is it coming down to break below this area, or is it going to break above that area? You got to understand the way the market's moving. This is a great opportunity if you learn how to trade futures the actual right way, to where you can, definitely pay your debt off, pay all your bills on a monthly basis, basically work. I'm serious when I say this, no more than 2 hours a day. You may be saying like, wow, I'm working 10, 12 hours a day. Some of you probably working more than that. Yes, you could do this by taking one setup a day and making more money than you probably make working that shift job, working a 9-to-5 job. Then you can make more money trading in one day than you can imagine making working that 9-to-5 job every single day. And most people that just trading one single day may pay more than what you make on an actual week. All right. This is how I do it every single day. Some days I trade no more than 30 minutes. It depends on how the market's moving, looking at the setups, sometimes 2 hours, but my cap is just 2 hours a day. I don't ever work more than 2 hours a day when day trading the future market. Seriously. I'm primarily trading the NASDAQ, the gold futures, or I'm looking at the E-mini S&P 500. Okay. Those are just some examples of markets that I actually personally look at. Right here in 2025, I've been doing this for 15 years, a little bit over 15 years now. But yes, you've got to understand the core components, and I talk about that here on my channel here. So spend some time. I'm telling you, any question that you just about have, if you spend time watching the videos, you will start to slowly answer. You'll find the answers to your question within the video content. All right. Now, I also have a private community for those that want to kind of fast pace or fast curve things. Oh, you may be saying, well, what is that? That is the elite and ultra elite. I talk about that in just about every video. Is very inexpensive, and the reason why I put it out there and talk about it so much is because it's helping people understand the setups that I'm actually looking for when it comes to supply and demand. That is like 98, 99% of what I trade, supply and demand. But I'm always starting off with a higher base chart and then scaling down to my lower base chart to find a more defined or refined entry point to get into a trade. You could do the same thing doing this right from your home environment. Seriously, this could be game changing for you. It could change your life. It could change your family's life. But the thing about it is, don't sit idle right now. If you are laid off, or you don't have a job right now, you're in between jobs, you're thinking about possibly even quitting your job because you're just tired, you're burnt out. Find something. Don't quit your job now. I'm not saying quit your job, okay? What I'm saying is find something before you make that shift to doing so, okay? Because you don't want to, if you got a job right now, hold on to it. Because jobs are becoming very scarce right now in a lot of different sectors because, mass corporations, like I said, are laying off. So this is why I'm trying to, educate people on something that could be game changing if they have interest in doing so. And if you're watching this, you have interest, I'm sure that's the reason why you clicked on this. But again, really spend some time watching the video content. Learn one of the biggest concepts I can give you, one of the biggest pieces of advice: market structure. Let that marinate, let it sink in, understand that. And that's why I created the elite, like I said, in the Ultra Elite Supporter a program or membership. If you want to become a supporter, it's very, very inexpensive. It's only $6.99 for those that want to become elite supporters. That's a month. Or you could become a Ultra Elite supporter for $14.99. What do you receive? If you click the link down in the description, because that's where it's at, it's titled Ultra Elite Supporter, you have a few tiers that'll pop up, okay? You can click either the elite or the ultra elite. And when you click on either one, you're going to see all the perks and rewards you receive for each tier. Now, for elite, you receive the all my trade breakdown videos. And there's a lot to watch there, okay? And that's great because as you're watching these elite trade breakdown videos, guess what? It helps you understand what I am looking for on these chart setups. I break things down for each trade I take that I post over on our Discord community. I break them down to the private community for the elite and the ultra elite for the trade breakdowns. So that you understand what I'm looking at in reference to market structure, price action, where and why I'm placing my stop loss in certain areas, and profit targets, okay? We're looking at all that. We're talking about all that because that's the most important parts to it. Okay. And to everyone out there who leaves me comments, positivity, and saying that, I appreciate you making all that valuable content surrounding the trade breakdowns. That's what they want. That's what people are, visual learners. So by me sharing this with them and sharing it with you as well, if you choose to sign up and become an elite supporter, This helps individuals understand the systematic way of trading supply and demand and how I do. It's very simple. It's not complex, but you got to put the work in to watch the videos and understand. Spend time on the trade breakdown videos. Spend time on the market structure video. Spend time on the video playlist, okay? I'm saying that for a reason. If you want to become an elite supporter, the link is down in the description portion of the video, or you can choose to become an ultra elite. And if you choose to become an ultra elite, you receive everything I just mentioned: the trade breakdown, the video playlist, the market structure video, plus all my live recorded trading videos as well that I make and post for those ultra elite supporters. Okay, so I just want to share that with you guys. You definitely could do it, trading one chart setup a day, looking at trading supply and demand. But understanding, what you're looking at in reference to structure, because that's the most, I guess, to me, the golden concept that you need to really master. All right. This could be game changing. This could change your whole outlook. This can bring you out of a bad situation to a good situation. All right. So let it sink in. If you have not taken the time to subscribe to the channel, please do me the biggest favor right now. Click that subscribe button down below. Make sure to turn your post notifications on. Why? So you do not miss any of the uploaded content. All you got to do is click the bell. And last but not least, if you found value in today's video content, make sure to drop me a like by clicking the thumbs up button. Take care and have a great rest of your weekend.